Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to start a series, and basically the idea is if I was starting from scratch and wanted to build kind of a round, complete capsule fragrance wardrobe, what would I choose? And so I'm going to start with niche. I'll do a designer one and I'll do a Middle Eastern one or affordable over the next couple of weeks. But I thought I would start with niche. To be honest, this was really difficult. Like, there's so many amazing fragrances out there. So what's going to give me the most round type of collection? I needed to pick fragrances that would work in all sorts of different occasions, something that was maybe a little bit more opulent, something that was a little bit more fresh or easygoing for summer. So I think I've got a really good kind of complete little 5-piece collection for you. I can't wait to share it with you. But before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the weird, wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community, and let's get into this. So I'm going to start with my absolute favorite fragrance. Like, this is by far my, like, what I would consider my signature scent. The fragrance that I would reach for the most would be Malo by Soradora. This is the most gorgeous orange blossom violet fragrance that has raspberry in it. It is so fluffy and delicious. Raspberry is one of my favorite notes. It's long lasting on the skin. Like, I get a good 7 hours out of it. Projects beautifully. It's very feminine and luxe smelling. I don't smell a lot of fragrances that smell like this. That said, lots of people say that it is similar to something like an Oriana or a Love Don't Be Shy. To me, it differs from both of those fragrances because of the violet that's in there. It just adds a little bit of a coldness and a little bit more of a smoothness to the fragrance, makes it a little bit more elegant and sophisticated, in my opinion, although all of those fragrances are gorgeous. So I absolutely love this one. It's fun to wear, makes me feel feminine. It's pretty, but it's grown woman type fragrance. So absolutely love this one. The other one that I would consider kind of in that same category that I would consider wearing as a signature fragrance, I think it's nice to have a couple so that you've got something for maybe office and then one for going out with the girls or whatever. I love this fragrance. It was really hard. It was between this one and Jasmine Freak by Room 1015 because I've fallen in love with that fragrance. But that one's a little bit more fun, playful, happy. This one's a little bit more elegant, and it is Mango Oud by Gritty. Now, although this is mango, this has so much going on. There's something super sexy about this fragrance, kind of sensual. Yes, it has mango. It's got a hint of oud, but it doesn't really scream oud. The oud comes across as a little bit of depth. So although this has the mango, and I definitely get that, there's also guava in here. There's some neroli. There's also coconut milk in here. So a person could think, oh, that's super tropical. But there's also osmanthus and ylang ylang, which again sounds tropical, along with the oud, vanilla, and amber. But somehow this doesn't seem summery to me. This seems all year round. It's very classy smelling to me, very sophisticated, very luxurious, and I just love it. I feel like a very rich, bougie woman when I wear this fragrance, whereas this one, although I find it classy, I find this one to be kind of a little bit more fun, a little bit more my personality, whereas when I put this one on, it's a little bit sexy. I want to talk a little bit like this, and I just imagine that I'm a billionaire. I don't know why, but that's the vibe I get from this. So I love Mango Oud. It's one of my favorite fragrances, and between the two of these, I would be set for smelling classy, sophisticated, and elegant. Love them. Now, I thought about doing a summer, like I also wanted to include kind of a more summery fragrance, but I don't tend to reach for super fresh fragrances. So I love Caprice de Jean, Caprice de Julie from Chabot. Love both of those fragrances. There's Wave Child by Room 1015, all excellent kind of more summery type fragrances. I love Wave Child. But when I thought about something that would be versatile, thinking about having a very honed in collection, I decided to go with Jasmine of Athens by Theodoros Kalatinas For a summer fragrance, this kind of ticks all the boxes for me. So this has jasmine, it has tiare flower, and vanilla. And I get mainly tiare. So tiare flower with powdered sugar is the vibe that this gives me. This smells amazing in the heat. So even though it's a floral, it just smells so gorgeous. It's relaxing to me. It's also sophisticated. But the cool thing about a fragrance like this is I can also use it to layer. So it would smell great with mango oud if I wanted to kind of summer it up. It would smell great with Malo as well. So you can layer it, but it also just is a gorgeous fragrance on its own. So this would be my summer staple for sure. Thinking more of a calm, kind of cool, collected vibe that still smells luxe, that would work really good in the fall and the winter, I chose Sabl by Experimental Perfume Clubs. This is one of my favorite fragrances, period. It's like a more elevated version of BDK's Gris Charnel. This is literally stunning and it's super long lasting. I am in love with it. Fragrantica doesn't have all the notes for this. This has a lot of different spices. There's some ginger, there's cardamom, sandalwood, cinnamon, oak moss, there's turmeric, vetiver, tobacco, musk, leather, and pink pepper. I get like a fig and a tea. I don't know if fig is in here, but it gives me a fig vibe. So fig, tea, cardamom, so almost like a chai is the vibe that this gives me. I think it's so sexy and it's like seriously, it's an elevate. I love Gris Charnel. I think it's a fantastic fragrance, but this takes it up a notch and makes it a little bit thicker, a little more rich, a little bit more opulent, and it's gorgeous. But it's a fragrance you put on. It's something that you'd wear, like I think of a business, like a white shirt, business suit somehow, long trench coat in the fall, something like that, a little bit rainy. And so this gives a little bit of a coziness. It smells super sensual and luxe. The beauty of this one is that it's completely unisex. So it works for everybody. If a woman puts it on, it's going to smell sensual, sexy, elegant, understated. So absolutely love this one. And last but not least, for my niche capsule wardrobe, I was thinking like a nice opulent night out, rich, luxurious, more of a winter fall type perspective. You could wear this all year round, but there it really shines. So think of special occasion fragrance or an evening fragrance. Blackbird by Untamed Perfumes. Now, Untamed is a Canadian company, Sunyata. She's the perfumer. It's an indie company. And I love her fragrances, but Blackbird by far is my favorite. This is the most beautiful kind of woody rose spiced fragrance that there is. It's so delectable. So this has lots of spices in the opening. Oh, it just, like, seriously, it smells like a spice market with rose and sugar. There's some oud and vanilla, super jammy rose with spices and oud. It's so beautiful. Like, this is the most opulent, delicious rose fragrance you're ever going to smell. It's seriously my favorite spicy rose fragrance that there is. Like, I've smelled so many different ones. Atelier des Ors, like so many gorgeous rose fragrances, but this is right up there as the best fragrance in my collection as far as a gorgeous, spicy rose, opulent, spicy rose fragrance. When I think of this fragrance, I think of a huge black taffeta skirt with big red roses on, and then some sort of white silk blouse tucked in with some sort of almost like a cummerbund type thing. So really full, gorgeous skirt, like you're going to some sort of beautiful ball now, but like you look like something from the early 1900s, but with a modern flair. The silk shirt is like quite low. I don't know, like it just super opulent. You go in a limousine with your significant other. He's in a tux, you're in your gorgeous bizarro gown. And then you get to this beautiful brownstone in New York. You walk up the steps. There's a little string quartet playing. There's fires blazing in several different huge grand rooms. Oak paneling all over the house, beautiful people carrying hors d'oeuvres around and champagne, and you're just hobnobbing with the who's who's. That's this fragrance. So everybody needs an opulent fragrance in your collection. This is a fragrance that I get compliments on every single solitary time I wear it. Honestly, all of these are compliment getters, but this I would say is my major compliment getter. And it just stays on the skin forever. And when someone comes to sniff you, it has great projection too, but it's always, what are you wearing? Like every single time. So this is a fantastic fragrance. If you're Canadian, especially, you need to support Canadian brands. And this is a stellar company. She has so many amazing releases. Like one of my other favorites is My Greek Lover. That is an orange blossom kind of paying homage to Greece. So you've got some cypress in there. There's a little bit of mastic in there. It's gorgeous. Mevlana is this medieval, beautiful kind of spicy fragrance. It's gorgeous. Salish Sea is this fresh oceanic air vibe that you get. Ghost is another phenomenal fragrance, kind of orris, vanillic, beautiful, powdery, but it's just gorgeous. But out of all of them, Blackbird is definitely my favorite. It's been my favorite from the get-go, and I don't know if it'll ever change. It's just like literally one of my favorite fragrances ever. So that is my little niche capsule wardrobe. It was really hard to do. What would be yours? If you were, maybe it's a wish list, maybe you don't have any niche fragrances, but what would be your capsule wardrobe? If you were only going to allow yourself 5 fragrances in your collection, what would you be choosing to kind of round things out and make sure that you had something for every occasion? Please leave it in the comments. I would love to know. And if you've tried any of these, please weigh in and share what your experience has been. I would love to hear from you. And other than that, have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.